thought I was little mama.
You were their little mama.
I was little mama.
Yeah. Well, I got one then.
She did terrible things to me.
I know there was 7 siblings. Well, there was 9, but there was 7. Was there a time all 7 were in the house at the same time, still living there at the same time?
I saw this guy coming down the road from our house, from the big road down to our house, quarter of a mile down there. And I asked Mama, I said, who is that coming? I said, listen to him, he's singing, and he's got this big bag on his shoulder. And she said, that's your brother coming home from the war. And so I said, oh, it is. So I went halfway up there, met him. I'm JD, and he said, I'm Ernest. And that's about the only time I ever heard anything about that war from him. He never said that the rest of his life did he ever mention that war at all. Dan talked about it incessantly, all the time. Okay, so that's all I got to say. But
But y'all weren't all in the
we
house?
didn't all get together. Dan came in from the service and met a woman down in Ardmore, and they got married. And then he came home and he was on crutches and broken leg. Okay, that's enough for me.
I remember excuse me, I remember I was just a youngster whenever my older brothers went off to war. They was in World War II. And my older brother, when he came home, Dan came home, he said that he landed troops on Iwo Jima. He said that it sounded like hail hitting on them, but I knew what he talked about because in our house we had sheet iron roof in the old homestead, and when it would hail, you could hear every one of them hit the top of the roof, because I mean that's what it was. But anyway, he said it sounded like before he dropped the gate to let the troops out. During the World War II, he said that it sounded like hail hitting this. It's called. I don't know what it was called that he dropped, but he landed troops on Iwo Jima, and.
I think he had landed them on more than that, but that was one of his major.
Yes, that was one of his major.
That's where he said he took them to the and later built a tower. Later on.
Yes.
His daddy.
Yeah.
Alvin, did your dad talk about the war much?
Not that I never word of it.
Yeah,
Some people don't.
Ernest didn't talk, but he was in World War.
Oh, hey, Ernest.
Was both. But the thing is, see, I was when the World War II started. I was 5. I was born in '36, and so I just remember them. I remember them coming home. I mean, every so often, but he didn't talk about it much then. But later on, we talked about it. Dan did.
Well, tell about the time the war was over and they came home.
Oh yes. Well, when the war was over, we walked the streets of Stonewall. The church bells rang, and yes. Yes, the whole town was excited. Yes, when the war was over.
So tell us about Santa Claus. Parents being Santa. Your dad.
Daddy.
We'll do that now.
Yeah, Daddy did. Daddy was Santa Claus, community Santa Claus.
That's it. He goes to school.
Yes.
Great.
He made his own suit, he had his boots, he was a good Santa Claus. And we would have pie suppers and things to get ready for the holidays. And he would be the auctioneer. He was the auctioneer in the community too. And raise the money. And then we went to Ada. He went to the store and he bought
fruits.
He locked up all the goodies you put in the bag. And he went to school and he filled the bags. My dad was doing the bag. Paul and us, we helped him, but he was the one that was leading it. So he was an important man in the community.
And after that, he bought all the chocolate-covered cherries too that he used to bring to the
Yes,
party.
yes, he did.
Every year.
Every time we had the Crossley party, he brought a box, everyone got a box
Yeah.
of chocolate cherries.
Big box of chocolates. Those cherry flavored, cherry covered chocolates.
Is that where Uncle Dan got?
Yeah, he carried it.
Dan,
He carried it
Dan
on.
carried
Dan carried it on.
So
Uncle Dan carried that.
who started the Crossley party?
Dad and Mom did. When at first it was just at home, yes.
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 Yes, it was at home, at the farm. It started at the farm. And it continued, and then when Mama died, she died in 1960.
60.
Well, then I said, no party. I was not gonna participate in a party because I was hurting too bad. And so I said, okay, my dad came to me and he says, we're having a Christmas party and you're giving it. I said, oh no. But I obeyed and I did. We had a nice Christmas party at first, after my mama died. But it wasn't fun, but we really did. We had fun after.
So where was the first one that was outside of the house down there?
It was in that house.
No, where was it at?
At
In the
Catherine's.
city.
Oh,
At Catherine's house to begin
Yeah.
with.
At Catherine's house,
It
yes.
started mine and then it started.
Well,
Midwest
actually,
City. Midwest City.
The,
Yeah,
the
the
part,
big house.
we used to take turns having the party.
Yes.
Jimmy's
Yeah.
had it, we've had it,
Yeah.
Catherine's
John
had
had
it,
it.
Leonard even had it one year.
Yeah, I remember.
And as the families grew, we got kids, grandkids, we outgrew the houses. So after that, Mike volunteered to have it at the Newcastle gym at the elementary school.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'd go there the night before and decorate and everything and have it ready, so the next day we'd have a party.
Yeah.
And we did that until we couldn't do it anymore. So we started getting churches like you got the Victory and Glorietta and stuff. And finally the Chickasaw Nation's got this, so we're able to have it here now. But
You know-
we outgrew the houses.
The first, it was Mike that, I gave the first party. Daddy made me have the first party, and I have it randomly, just whenever. But then Mike, the last party at my house was the last party we had at houses.
Yeah.
And that was because I believe Jimmy was in California. They had gone that year to California, and anyway, it was up to me to have the party. My house is just so small until and everything. And so Mike told you, I believe, that I looked tired. And he said, we're having the last party here, we're gonna get it. So it was Mike that started
Yeah, we used
that.
to play basketball and everything.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
New-
one year I was
Newcastle.
supposed to have it, and that's when I had the breast cancer. And you took it over.
Yes.
You did it
Yes.
instead of me.
Yes.
I have a couple of pictures of the old homestead, one with Grandpa in it and one with Grandma Becky in it. And so, if you want to look at them, you'll see Grandpa's a good-looking guy. Now I know where I get it. I was wondering, but I see.
So explain, especially for my kids' benefit, explain the chores that you had growing
Come
up.
on.
He's coming up with
School for.
2.5 miles.
Well, you get the miles.
We started school in a little country school, but we still had to do chores. We got up early enough to milk the cows. Hey, we didn't have electricity out there. We had to
12
cut
years, I was
wood.
12 years old.
We had to cut wood, we had to keep the wood box full for Mom to even fix us a meal.
How old were you when you were doing that?
Oh, I started pretty young. I mean, I don't know. When I was yes, 6, 8 years old.
That was before he had to walk 10 miles to school in the snow uphill and both ways.
But in the afternoon, I mean, we had to feed the chickens, we had to gather the eggs, we had to feed the hogs. This was a normal thing, but hey, we had good parents.
Yeah, yeah.
We
I used to.
do-
I had to back those
when during the summertime and so forth, when we had gardens, mom and dad, we had to gather the beans and the corn and the potatoes and everything, and they canned these, and we couldn't go to the store and buy things. The only thing we went to the store and bought mainly was salt and pepper. Every, do what? Go ahead.
Wouldn't y'all,
Wouldn't
y'all trade eggs for stuff and?
Yeah.
Well, we had,
We crated the eggs and took them down there
We sold them then.
and sold them.
yeah,
Elmer Trimmer went and bought them.
yeah.
He ran, and also he went and bought all of our skins and stuff.
Regular
It might
farm
not
community,
like that.
we took care of each other.
Well, they kill their own hog for meat
Yes,
too.
Yeah.
We, as Hank said, we butchered, we fattened hogs to butcher, and that's the way we had bacon and so forth. Had a smokehouse out there. They'd go out there and hang up the big hams all around in the smokehouse and cut the meat up for bacon, sausage.
I know
We
it
made
was-
sausage and everything. I mean, right there, mom and dad were good parents.
So how did laundry get done?
Pardon?
How did it?
The laundry, they had 2 tubs there. We had a big cistern that is called a cistern. It's like a big tank that the water run off the house into down
the
into.
gutter.
We didn't drink this water. It was a
was their
cistern,
herring.
and that was used to take a bath once. And
That's why they say don't throw out the baby with bath water. Because the bad baby was the last one to take a bath.
Let me see that church.
and
How would you like to leave your house at 20 years old and have never taken an actual bath, never had a toothbrush, never had none of that? But I was 12 years old. Oh, you're pretty right sometimes. And anyway, we just, we didn't.
And how old were you?
I think I was 12 years old when there were, I was up there with Dad when we went and fired up the house and everything, and finally the county went and run down the electric line down to the house. I'm pretty sure I was 12 years old. Lady, you remember how old you were?
Before you had a bath?
Yeah, you
I know
said-
you did some electricity.
Oh.
You said it was your junior year. You said it was your junior year, like you got electricity finally.
yeah, we didn't have electricity till my junior year in high school.
I was about 7.
Yeah, see
grade
there,
grade.
I wasn't in high school, I was in grade school. So,
But
anyway,
asking about taking a bath. Hey, during the summer you went to the pond.
With soap.
With soap, you take a bar of soap, you go to the pond, and this was soap that they made also.
Lye.
Lye soap.
Lye.
we had a big old black pond out there that we put water in and
Lye.
Yeah.
dumped everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
I think Leanne had a question. You asked if they,
Where Miss Harrell was.
Did we ever what? Oh, sure, yes, Mama Mother. Call her Mother, Mama Mother, yes, Mama. Yes, we couldn't always, but every so often I'd get 2 cents to buy a soda pop.
Uncle Dan told me,
For less than 5 cents, you could get a soda pop to drink every so often,
oh Leanne, Uncle Dan told me one time a story. Uncle Dan told me a story one time. He said they'd load all the kids up on a wagon, head into town, and to buy a few things, and they'd get one of those big rolls of bologna, and he said Grandpa would cut them a little piece off and give it to them. Each kid got some. He said, "Us little Indian kids sure were excited to get it. Eat on that bologna all the way home."
We did that out in the cotton fields.
Cotton fields, yeah. Okay.
You know how these kids feel today, I just one in particular had to, I got up before daylight and I was out all night, and if it was raining, it didn't make no difference. I went upstairs. Of course, if it was raining, would stop some of the plowing and stuff like that.
The Roe Miller's place too, like
Yes,
that?
yes, yes.
You did?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted,
Yeah.
I knew Daddy did,
Yeah.
because Daddy told
Yeah.
me he did, but.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would have those horses up to the house. I rode down and pulled Charlie. Charlie was over there.
Put that up to your mouth.
But
You
every
can't
now and
hear
then
it.
I would take Dan's back and go over on Charlie's back. And I don't know whether he liked me or what, but he wouldn't buck me off.
Yeah.
And I would,
Get that microphone real quick.
Yeah, hold it up.
Grandma, get the.
and I'd have their harness completely on them by the time
I
daylight.
think it's on, he just don't
And then Daddy went and asked me to
Mike, turn that
drive the
microphone.
horses a lot of times.
Is it on? Yeah, it's on.
Whenever he was
That's
flying,
on.
I'd drive the horses for him, so he wouldn't have to have them strapped around his shoulder and pulling on them and things. So
Yeah. So, I'm gonna start with Grandma.
Grandma.
Give me your fondest memory of the farm.
At the farm,
Yep.
family,
Well, put the microphone up.
family.
Your
Why?
what?
I mean, what? What would you
Because
do?
we all like that.
We
You
all.
gotta talk into it. I can't hear you.
Yeah, we
Just
can't
talk
hear
back
you.
here. I can't hear you. You gotta be louder now.
I would say, I just love the farm. There was nothing I didn't, except the work. We did work hard, but we didn't always work hard. I don't think. But we did, but I liked everything about the farm. I know there was some that didn't, but because of work. But I love the farm and I love the family. And we always look forward to family when they come. It was awesome.
Yeah, the older one, whenever they came down to see us all, we loved them.
When the lights would turn on, no matter if it was 2 o'clock in the morning, we knew family was coming home to see us. So, it was family, I believe. It still is. Still is.
Yeah, family means everything.
They want to know when Ernest met Mary Dale. If y'all can recall that. They tell y'all the story about how they met.
I do know how Mary Dale and Ernest met.
Put your microphone up to
There we
you.
go.
I can't hear
He said,
you.
Get
that
loud,
girl,
man.
that's the girl I'm gonna marry. That's the story.
No, I thought she pulled a trick on him.
Ernest drove to work. He worked for the cement plant.
Turn that up some.
Yeah.
You gotta hold it close.
Yeah, there you go.
I can't hear you.
He worked at the cement plant, Ernest did. And Mary Dale saw him, she liked him. And she was wondering how she was gonna meet him. So she made up a story. And when he drove by, she hollered, "Snake, snake, snake."
He became the hero.
That's how they met.
Is that
Right.
She lived right there at the Alpine corner,
Yeah.
right east of the store. Very good.
You were down there yesterday, you drove by there, was the old house still sitting there?
Yes,
It's still there?
it's still there. Well, we was by there yesterday, the house,
But they built a new house back.
there's a new house back over to the side, yes, that we seen yesterday. But the house is still there. Yes. Okay, there was something else.
How many spankings did you have to get?
Well, they got one I got.
You know, hey, but when I got a spanking, I deserved it. You know, I did something mean.
Guess who didn't get a spanking?
It wasn't a store-bought cigarette, it was a grapevine.
Yeah, we tried to smoke them grapevine.
That was
That was a
lips.
losing battle.
That will burn your lips.
So, you know, we had fun.
Somebody
like I
told me.
said, and so
So
we had a good time, but it was work, pardon?
What happened to your foot?
What happened to my foot?
Uh-huh. Tell her, Mama.
Oh.
You stepped on something.
Yeah, I was chasing the pig around the barn and didn't see his pitchfork running through my foot.
And when
It
the
didn't
moment,
hit nothing vital.
How did it get to you?
Dad, I
They
mean,
were in the field working.
yeah,
And you did this,
uh-huh.
and you screaming, and I took the pitchfork, Mama picked you up.
Yes.
And we carried you.
Yes, carried me up there, and
that pitchfork was sticking that far through his foot.
And Dad came up and pulled that pitchfork out and stuck my foot in coal oil.
That coal oil right nowadays is too hard to kill you instantly.
That was
That was our
Didn't kill
medication.
that was
him.
medication.
You wasn't Castro?
Got hurt. Hey, I took that too. You didn't mention castor oil. I'm gonna tell you, they give it to us at least once a year.
We had sulfur.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Herbs just
Keep
one.
you healthy. I mean, it's done pretty good. I'm going on 87 years old. I'm going on 87. So it didn't do us too bad.
It was the sugar, and then they put 3, 4,
That was
5
turpentine.
Oh, yeah.
turpentine in that.
Yeah.
And you took that, and that was supposed to kill all
Yeah.
the worms in your
Yeah.
body. If it didn't kill you.
I was riding the calf one time. Around the cow pen, I was riding the calf one time and he bucked me off and I cut my head. I mean, I hit something on the side of the fence and cut my head and they put turpentine and sugar, packed with turpentine and sugar. So, I mean, that was cure. I got well. But it did. I still got the scar on my head. Up to see it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, what else?
John wants to hear your version of that deer hunting trip you went on your first deer.
Yes.
The whole story.
I gotta tell
From the
him,
beginning.
How you fell out of the tree.
Yeah. Yeah, that was after I left the farm though. They're wanting to know
Lee,
things.
get your microphone.
They're just wanting to know things about my deer hunt. That was
I can
after-
tell you that story. He went deer hunting and he got up in this tree and thought he saw a buck, but he wasn't sure. So he goes out on the limb a little bit, scotches his gun up there against the tree, goes out on the limb and get a better look at the deer. Well, the limb broke. And here comes Lee down.
I fell all the way to the ground.
And thank goodness the bush, kind of stopped his fall. Well, his gun was still up there. So he had to go up there and get it. And the deer was still there. And so he shot it, but you know how the deer died? Died laughing.
She's in trouble.
He got his deer, but he died laughing. Huh? Yeah, it was.
When I came over
The only one he's ever gotten.
When I come over there to where he was hunting, he had bit his tongue real bad. He couldn't talk, and he go, "Rah, rah, rah." And I started laughing because I thought he was acting silly.
Yeah.
But he was hurt really bad.
Yeah. I like to bit too much.
That was down there by him.
He stuffed up on his ribs,
Yeah.
hurt his ribs. He hurt his jaw real bad. It's winter and killed him. Thank God for all them limbs on the cedar tree. That was a big tree. He was about to fire the ceiling up in that tree. Big old, the thing got big around out there. But I think when I started laughing at him, he probably thought I was crazy because he was hurt. But I didn't know he was hurt. But he got the deer.
Yeah.
Scared him to death.
Like Sunday.
What'd you say? You
Did
what?
y'all like go to the other 40 acres for like, to go like for picnics or something like that?
Yeah.
Talk over the mic.
We used to, I mean, we had to take food with us, we go together for cons. That was a small thing, too, together for cons. We'd go and frail pecan trees and mom, we had mom.
It's so frail in pecans.
Both of you.
Well, I know.
And
But
Ernest.
I got to where I was the only trailer.
Ernest was the baby there for, we were all real small.
Well, tell about when you used to go singing with your mom
Oh, man.
to the churches.
Oh, yeah, we went to
All
that.
over the place.
Oh.
I tell you something I don't hear of today so much about is the alto singers. I mean, even our church, at our church, you don't hear anyone can sing alto to me any good. There was a song, I Will Meet You in the Morning, that Mama could get. Mama was an alto singer in the downtown after we moved the church from Owl Creek to Stonewall. I don't know how the country people was able to, but they worked having sales and this, that, and the other to make enough money to build the church at Stonewall. And when we moved our church to Stonewall, Mama sang in it. She sang in the quartet. And they had we went to different churches around there, and you tell me I couldn't compare anyone to Mama.
Well, didn't you two sing a lot together?
We did. We used to sing. She played the piano for the quartet. She played the piano for the quartet, and they had a good quartet. I know that I was a young man, but I was still.
Y'all were raised to
But-
sing at
and-
churches, right?
Lee and I, yeah, wherever Lee and I went, they wanted us to sing that song. We had a special song. And still
Yeah, we still know.
And they would ask us to sing, and we'd go get the song, we just had to have the song with the car.
Hey, do you remember the quartets that used to come down from Haiti and sing in our song, sing those songs there, and they always asked Mama to come out of the
Yeah.
audience and sing with them.
Sang with their quartet, She
That's
can sing.
Yeah.
Mama can sing. Yeah.
Tell the story about the two that didn't live, the two babies.
Oh.
Well, we don't know. They were older than us. They fell between the girl lived to be 3 before she got diphtheria. That was kind of like the things we just came through. This epidemic. I mean, vaccination was the thing that we had. I mean, Mom and Dad got us other evidently vaccinated but we lost a sister at 3 years old. She had diphtheria.
Dan and Ollie both had it too.
Yes,
Both had it,
okay.
but they lived.
But we lost a sister, and then of course the boy was stillborn. We was all born out there in the farmhouse.
And that was the only one that had a doctor, they went and got the doctor.
You can
I
pull it back.
was born in August of '36, and I was telling my son here one day down at the ball field, I says, boy, I think I said, my birthday, I think, it still holds the record of being the hottest day ever. And I was telling him about it. He said, yeah, but the doctor said this is one hot baby. and I said, doctor, there wasn't no doctor there. There was a midwife, Miss Coots came across the hill. She lived about a quarter of a mile, well, no, she didn't live that far. Just across from the 40 acres, Miss Coots, yeah. And Miss Coots would come and deliver us babies. Mama,
With Dad?
well, yes. Yeah, out there in the farmhouse.
Y'all
I was,
were the only car around, right? Did your dad have the only car?
We had the
For a
only
while?
car, quite a while, but
Yeah.
he would use
After-
it mostly for funerals. He did a lot of funeral driving for people with that car. And they had
And guess
poured,
what?
y'all ever hear of pouring, coal oil? Because we froze in the car. Pouring coal oil in
yeah.
the radiator. Anyway,
Did you have to crank it?
No. Well, they did.
They did crank it.
Yeah, they cranked it. Yeah, they did. Uh-huh.
But hey, I did that after Arnmark.